today's episode, Hilliard in the Know, I'm here with Nate and Jeff, and we're actually in downtown Hilliard at Coffee Connection. These guys are super fun, they're really innovative, and we've got some cool questions to ask them today, and I want to just highlight their business and how they're operating under this quarantine. So guys, can you tell me a little bit about your humble beginnings and how you got started with Coffee Connection?
Yeah, sure. So it happened about 5-6 years ago. My wife and I felt we was a children's pastor in Pennsylvania, and we just felt God was leading us to do something completely different. Didn't know what that was. Coffee came up, and we just took steps, and one step after the other. God kept providing different opportunities for us, and so coffee became it. We always wanted a place where people can connect and people can feel loved and supported in the community. But the coffee culture, you're really good if you don't have kids, or if you are in either age of the spectrum, of the age spectrum. But we wanted a place that was being completely kid-friendly as well. So you would have professionals working, but you also have a spot for the kids to play as well, because we both have children, and so that's important to us.
Yeah, and I saw that outside. They have a really cool patio feature to their business, and I bet you guys probably get a lot of activity. And just again, it's that coffee culture, people just kind of gathering, having great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what we all love about coffee. Tell me, why did you guys choose Hilliard?
Hilliard's always been when we drove here, we drove right past downtown Old Hilliard in about 2013, and just driving through here, we just knew there was something special about this community. And we came from Pennsylvania, so we knew nothing about this area at all.
Wow.
Nothing at all. I don't. He's been here longer than I have. But I knew nothing about this area whatsoever. But we knew going through here, the family friendliness of the community, the focus on the community, like everyone's together. It's a big city. There's a lot of going on, but you kind of know each other. You got that close knit community things. We thought, hey, this is a great spot to try this out.
That's really cool to know. I came to Hilliard about at the same time, and that's one of the very first things, when I came down to downtown Hilliard, was there is a sense of community here that a lot of people from the outside do not know, and I think we love our Old Hilliard. So that's really cool that you saw that. Jeff, what is your guys' partnership like? Because it's you, Nate, here today, but I understand there's other partners in the business.
Yeah, so my wife Jen and I actually came on board about 2016. So we were involved with Nate and Sharon doing kids ministry in the community. Cool. And this was prior to this physical spot where you're standing right now. So we got together, and as soon as this physical location became available, it was a cafe, had owners, and they came to us and said, we'd like to sell our business. So we actually jumped on board, became partners in the business, helped finance it. And so my wife and I kind of picked up that community piece and started that's when we became kind of an established part of this part of Hilliard. So, and then beyond that, Nate and Sharon are owners as well. So together we kind of make all the decisions and run the business behind the scenes, and then you also see us behind the counter as well. So
cool. So that people can come in and see your faces, every day. That's really neat. Tell the audience a little bit about. We're under a quarantine right now, so business is not as normal. Mm-hmm. What sacrifices right now do you have to make, just as small business owners, that you never had to make before?
Some of the sacrifices, we obviously, unfortunately, had to lay off 7 of our employees. So that way they could get unemployment and go through the whole support assistance through the state. And so that right away put us in a full working mode. Nate and I are working 4 days a week. My wife and his wife are working the other days. And so it's full time, the 4 owners. Picking up the slack, and then behind the scenes doing all the systems. And so the major sacrifice is just daily work that typically was our employees. We had to shorten our hours, and so we have to sacrifice the annex and the ability for people and families to meet, and we had to cancel those meetings and kind of force those people out and go to a mobile ordering system. And so the sacrifice is just less community. Yeah,
we see a lot of businesses right now. They have to make a pivot, right? Business is not as normal, but bills still come in, you still have overhead. So tell us a little bit about the ways that you have made a pivot, because when we were talking earlier, it now seems like you guys are moving into more of a technology base where people can download an app. So tell me more about that.
Right now we're in the My Coffee Helper app.
Okay.
And so it's 100% mobile. They get $2 off their first order, and then moving forward, in the app they can say, I'm on my way. and then it tracks them, and so we can make that drink fresh, and right when they get here, it'll be out on the front porch.
I saw that
Yeah.
they have, you'll see her on the front porch, you drive by, guys, they've got a whole operation out front, so it keeps everybody safe, but you're going to get your Java and whatever, you want to order, but that's right through the app, right?
Yep.
Cool.
And then we're also working on that app. Right now it's the My Coffee Helper app, but it will be a Coffee Connections branded app in the App Store soon. That's probably in a couple of weeks.
And like everybody else right now, we all have some extra time on our hands. So are you guys watching a lot of Netflix, or is there something else that you're, when you have some downtime, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, the downtime that we have is very few and far between because we both have children that are in the school system, and so they're doing online school. So, and then we have this business, and it's not just this location. We have one down near OSU, and then we have another one that's going to open up in the next couple of weeks. And so we're working a lot. But when we do have downtime, my wife and I are watching. We are rewatching The Office. Which is really fun. We just got done with the episode where Holly had to go up to Nashua, and so Michael's trying to figure out his life and that sort of thing, which has been really fun. And then CBS put out a month free to watch any of their shows, and so I've been wanting to watch Picard for a long time. We just don't have the money to buy the subscription, so I was like, hey, I can watch Picard now, and
Cool.
I am loving that. I love Star Trek, and how they're doing it is brilliant. I think it's
So
really well
Picard,
done.
I have to check out Picard. I have not gotten into Picard yet. That's
It's
a new
good.
one for us. So
Yes, it's good.
Very cool. And I find watching reruns of The Office, it's better now than it was
Yes.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
The audience wants to know, you guys, have you seen Tiger King?
No. I keep hearing about it.
Okay. They want to know, did Carol Baskins kill her husband? So you can take a shot in the dark because you're going to go home and watch this, but do you think Carol Baskins killed her husband?
Totally.
Totally?
100%.
I don't know. Why not?
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Guys, it's really been great to get to know you a little bit
Thank you
today.
for having us.
And we're going to leave on this. So there is a rumor. Some people thought you guys were closing, but it's actually quite the opposite.
Yes.
What's this new venture about?
Yeah, so right across the street is the Crooked Cran Brewery, or the Center Street Market, and the brewery's on the one side, and in the center spot you're going to have about 8 to 9 different vendors. We are one of the vendors in that spot. We're going to have a small 200 square foot space, going to have a roaster where we can continue to do our roasting, more education stuff, a little bit more community interaction with the other vendors as well in that space, which is really cool. But that does not mean we are leaving here. The hours here will look a little bit different. What we do in this space will look a little bit different.
Okay.
But it'll still be open to the community. The back building will still be open for families and for rentals. We're thinking more of a meeting space in the afternoon, only be open for the mornings because the market will be open for most of the day. So this space in and of itself will take on a different feel, but we're not going anywhere. So we're going to be here as long as we can.
Well, good. It sounds like you guys are growing, and that's what we want in the community. So we're going to help best support you. Please tell the audience, how can they find you?
Probably the easiest way to find us is coffeeconnections.me, or on socials, just search for Coffee Connections. We're on Instagram, we've got a YouTube channel, lots of interaction with the community through Facebook as well. So check us out on our website and get to us through there, and download the mobile app when you get a chance.
Cool. And just for the audience, I'm going to be buying everybody's coffee in the next hour. So download the app, put in the coupon code, Keys to Hilliard. Coffee's on me, and it was really great meeting you guys, and hope you guys, weather the storm. So
Thank
we'll
you.
see.